In this video, you're going to learn how to adjust the Facebook attribution window, how to use it to look at your data in different ways, and then use that to make smarter, more informed decisions with your Facebook ad campaigns. In case you're new to the channel, my name's Andrew Hubbard. I'm the founder of Hubbard Digital, and we're a Facebook and Instagram advertising agency and education company, and we focus on helping online course creators, coaches, consultants, and membership site owners grow their businesses using Facebook and Instagram advertising. Now, the Facebook attribution window, basically all that does is it determines how Facebook attributes conversions to your Facebook and Instagram ads. So whenever you get a conversion, whether it's a lead, a sale, booking a call, or any other conversion type, Facebook will attribute that conversion to an ad so that you can see inside the ad manager which ads are delivering the results that you want. So you can look and say, okay, this ad gave me 5 leads, this ad brought me in 3 leads, and you can make decisions around which ad to turn off, which ones to leave on, and all that kind of thing. So it's a really important part of your campaigns. Changing the conversion window changes which ads Facebook has actually assigned your results to. So when you change it, it actually can make a huge difference, and you'll see different numbers of conversions assigned to different ads based on the conversion window you're using. Now, if you're a little confused, stick with me. I'm going to explain it all in more detail with examples really soon. So I'll dive into more detail on all of that shortly. The main point at this stage is that it's really important to understand how this works so that you know what you're seeing when you look at your results in the ad manager and why Facebook is attributing or giving credit to particular ads for those results. Because if you don't understand that, you might be making decisions based on what you think are your best and worst performing ads, when in fact that's actually not what's happening in reality. So to adjust the attribution window, it's really easy. You just go into the ad manager, choose the columns drop down, and then at the bottom of that, you'll see customize columns. So when you click on that, down in the bottom right corner, you'll see attribution window. And then you can simply click comparing windows, that little blue text down there, and that will allow you to adjust the attribution windows that are being used inside the ad manager. Now again, this isn't affecting your results or your optimization or anything like that. It's simply changing how Facebook displays the data that's already there or the results that you've already got. It's just changing the way Facebook is assigning conversions or attributing conversions to your ads. So it's just changing the way it displays existing data. It's not changing the way your ads are being optimized or anything in real time like that. So let's look at how Facebook attribution works. There are 2 different types of attribution. The first one is click-through attribution. Now, click-through attribution means that somebody has to click on an ad before completing a conversion event, let's say becoming a lead or purchasing a product, in order for that conversion to be attributed to the ad. So if nobody clicks on an ad before converting, then that event isn't going to be attributed to that ad if you're using click-through attribution. The second one is view-through attribution. Now, view-through attribution simply means that somebody only has to view an ad or see it in their newsfeed before completing a conversion event in order for that conversion to be credited to that ad. So someone could be scrolling through their feed, not even pay attention to an ad, but it appears in the feed, then they go and they buy one of your products, boom, all of a sudden that purchase gets attributed to that ad even though they didn't click on it. So that's view through attribution. So now you understand the 2 different types of attribution. The other thing to understand is the attribution time frame. So when you're selecting your different attribution windows, you select your type and then you choose a time frame. So you can see in that screen where we're setting up our attribution window, we've got 3 different choices for time frame. Now, it's important to understand this because the time frame you choose basically determines the period of time in which somebody can complete a conversion event after interacting with an ad, in order for that conversion to be attributed back to the ad. So let's say you choose a 28-day click-through conversion window. So the period of time is 28 days. The type of attribution is click-through. That means that if somebody clicks an ad and then completes a conversion event within 28 days of clicking that ad, that conversion will be attributed to that ad. If you choose a 7-day attribution window, that means that if somebody clicks an ad and then 6 days later, up to 7 days, after clicking that ad, they complete a conversion event, then that conversion is going to be attributed to that ad. Now, if you choose a 7-day window though, and they click an ad, and then let's say 10 days later, they complete a conversion event, that conversion doesn't get attributed back to that ad because it's outside the attribution window that you selected. So that's why this is really important and why you need to understand what's going on throughout your whole funnel when you're selecting your attribution windows and how consumers normally behave. Because here's a scenario where this might trip you up or this might skew the data a little bit. Let's say you have ads that run directly to a product and they go to the sales page. People click the ad, they go to the sales page, and they either buy the product or they don't. But they're already leads on your email list, you're retargeting leads, and so what happens then is they're on your list, and over the next 2 weeks, you've got an email sequence dripping out promoting your product or your service. And then 2 weeks later, let's say 14 days after clicking the ad, they click an email and they go and buy the product. Now, to me, it feels like the email in that case is what's responsible for that conversion or purchase and not the Facebook ad. But if you chose, let's say, a 28-day attribution window, Facebook is going to say, you clicked the ad 14 days ago, it's a 28-day attribution window, so we're within that time frame, I'm going to attribute this purchase to this ad. When in fact, probably wasn't the ad that should have got credit for that sale in that case. So you can see why attribution windows are important, understanding your back-end sales funnels and systems, and you can play around with these to see what's really happening and get a better feel for what's actually going on all throughout your sales process and how much credit should and shouldn't go towards your ads. So the last thing I want to do is jump into the Facebook Ad Manager and we'll show you this in action. All right, so you can see we're inside the Facebook Ad Manager now, and we can go to our columns over here and click Customize Columns. And down the bottom, we've got our 28-day click and 1-day view, and we can click Comparing Windows. Okay, so you can see here we've got our view through attribution on the left and our click through attribution on the right, and we can choose different windows to compare. So I'm going to say, show me 28-day view through versus 7-day click through. I'm going to turn off the default attribution window and click Apply. Okay, you can see here that the results I've got here are 73 total purchases. I've got 2, 11, 13, 10, 22, 11, and this is our click attribution column. So you can see we've got 2 purchases attributed to our view attribution, and we've got 73 attributed to our click-through attribution. Let's go change our attribution windows a little bit again. So we're going to say edit, and I'm going to show a 1-day click and a 7-day click and a 28-day click. So click apply. Now this changes things quite significantly. You can see in my 1-day click window, it's now showing 65 purchases. It's showing 73 purchases for my 7-day click, and it's showing 74 purchases for my 28-day click window. Now, the reason that doesn't add up to my total purchases before is simply because obviously the 1-day clicks are also included in the 7-day. The 7-day are also included in the 28-day. So it's cumulative. So that's why we're seeing that. But now you can get a better understanding. What I can see right here is how my consumers are behaving. This tells me that most of them actually purchase within 1 day. So out of my 74 total sales in the last this reporting period, I've actually had 65 of them within a day of interacting with the ad. So I know that this audience, they take action quickly once they click an ad, and I can factor that into my strategy moving forward. Furthermore, 73 out of the 74 happened within 7 days. So basically, if these people aren't converting into customers within 7 days, then I can be pretty sure they're not going to buy. So I can factor that into my strategy and my retargeting and everything else. And then 28 days, that's the maximum we can go to out to our click-through attribution or view-through attribution. So you can see that's how we adjust it. Simply in the column section, customize columns, and we can change everything we want to change from there in terms of our attribution windows. Now, the last thing to mention here is that Facebook uses what's called last touch attribution. So this is really important because what it means is Facebook always attributes the conversion to the last touch, meaning the ad that they last interacted with. So if you're looking at this and let's say somebody clicks one of my ads, they go look at the product, they don't buy, then later in the afternoon they see a different ad, they click that ad and then they buy. Well, the last ad they clicked on is the one that is going to be attributed to the sale. That's really important to note. And it's the same with view through attribution. So if you're looking at Facebook's default, which is 28-day click or 1-day view, then what's going to happen is Facebook's going to attribute your conversions to whichever happened last. So if somebody has viewed one of your ads in the last day, or if they've clicked in the last 28 days, Facebook is going to attribute conversion to the view through attribution because their default window is 28 days click or 1-day view, and they use a last touch attribution model, meaning the last thing that happened, and they viewed that ad or saw it in the news feed last, meaning it's going to get the attribution. So that's something we often look at is we'll remove the 1-day view, especially on our retargeting, so we can see which ads higher up in the sales process are actually driving our sales, and then we can see also what's happening with retargeting by enabling that 1-day view or 1-day click as well. So that's another way that we use this to better understand our data and the behavior of our customers. Alright, so if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It lets me know you love the content, helps the channel grow, and I really, really do appreciate it. If you want to hear more from me, make sure you hit subscribe, click the little bell, you'll get notified whenever I release a new video or when I go live on Facebook. Thanks again for watching, appreciate your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.